Hi everyone, it is Thursday, December 31st, 2015, and this is episode 50 of Serenova Crafts. I'm your host, Jessica. I can be found as Serenova on Ravelry and Twitter, and as Serenova_Phoenix on Instagram. You can find the show notes for today's episode at my blog, myknittinglife.wordpress.com, or in the Ravelry group for this podcast, which is called Serenova Crafts. As you may or may not have noticed, today's episode is a day late. I did put a notice in the podcast group in Ravelry that I was going to be recording a day late for a few reasons, but I'll get into that later. I would like to thank all the new viewers and subscribers and people that joined the group. It's almost my podiversary. That is, in fact, next week. But in the Ravelry group, we have C.N. Simo, who is Christy. We have Michelle Morales, Yummy Triplet Mummy, who is Diane, Striped Daisy, who is Kate, and Heath something, and who is Anne-Marie. I'm sorry if I slaughtered your username. And then on YouTube, I have Kristen McCain, Jenny Lulu, Michelle Colleen, Diane Ugu, Shai Neko, Michelle Morales again, thank you for following me both places, AMD 57432, and Ange Hart. Thank you very much for the subscribes. My Ravelry group is just under 75 people, so when it hits 100, I will do a draw for a giveaway. I'm not quite sure yet what it will be, but I will do a draw at 100 members, and every 100 members beyond that. So, let's get into today. It's going to be a quick and dirty and noteless podcast because it has been crazy with the holidays. Holidays have been crazy. Anyways, knitting. I do not have finished socks for you, but I have a finished sample that I knitted for this pattern. I'm hoping to get this up for sale by the end of January. So here's the stitch pattern. It came out really nice. The scarf it's a decent length. This is one skein, so this is folded in half. So if I unfold it, it's wider than my arms, which is, for a fashion-y scarf, it's, you can still wrap it around your neck a bit. Ta-da! And it fits! Yay! So when you guys saw it last week, it was this long. Okay? Here's the end, right? This long, right? So I knit more than half, because here's the end, right? So I knit all of that, since you guys saw it last week, where this hand is where my stitch mark was, right? And I washed and blocked it too. I finished this on Monday. So I knit all of that, between Wednesday and Monday last week. So I can actually take the progress marker out of it now because you guys don't need to see progress anymore because it's done. But yeah, I decided I wanted this pattern to go out by the end of January. So, and I've washed and blocked it. I'm going to fine-tune the pattern before I publish it. Sorry, I'm folding it back up. And then I will let you folks know when it is released. So, but this is my one FO, well, kind of a half FO for a reason. And let me show you. Because there is a stole version of the pattern. Sorry, it's tangled here. There's a stole version of the pattern, and it is not yet complete. So, it's kind of a half-finished object because these I have listed under the same project in Ravelry so that I could keep track of it. So, I need to finish this, which is going to use 2 skeins. So, 1 skein project, 2 skein project. Yeah, so once this is done, I'm going to do my final edits and get it up. So I want this done by the end of January. And I did turn the heel on the sock. So here's where I was. Then I did this, and I turned the heel. So I'll probably finish that in the next week. But a lot of things are getting cast on in the next week because winter camp has started. So, I'm going to cast on my Time Traveler socks. I am going to be casting on my Twill Sock Club socks, which is out of this orange yarn. I've already caked a lot of stuff up in preparation. And those are the A Good Night's Work. And then I'm also going to be casting on another one of the, if I can get the pattern to show you guys. I'm going to be casting on another Dark Mockingjay, which is that striped sweater with the gray and the rainbow that I have. And then, I haven't swatched for it yet, but I'm going to be casting on my stone cutter. So, and I have a winter camp project I'm going to be casting on as soon as the yarn gets here. Because, oh, and the light gray. This is going to be the Dark Mockingjay, light gray. And then I have these minis. These are like a steely blue-gray. Anyways, I do have a specific winter camp. I'm blurry. I can tell because my shirt isn't in focus. I'm blurry. Anyways, I can tell that my January winter camp project isn't going to be cast on because, sorry, I'm trying to get the camera to focus. Why is it not focusing? I'm blurry. This is bothering me. Well, I'm sorry, folks, to do this while I'm talking to you, but, you know, it is very annoying. Maybe if I turn the autofocus on and off, I adjust the focus a little bit. Nope, that's out of focus. Hey, I'm in focus. Yay, let's just leave it there. I kind of adjusted the focus. Yay. So now I am in focus. Woohoo! That's a good thing. Welcome to the I am making this up as I go podcast. Anyways, the actual project that I was going to do for winter camp to get all my bonus points, excuse me, I'm yawning. And the door is shut behind me because Kevin is not awake yet. And it is 7:52 in the morning. His alarm is going to be going off in 8 minutes, so I need to finish by then. The whole reason I'm not casting on my actual January winter camp project is because I don't have the yarn yet. So remember this white cream Patton's wool? Well, I could not find blue yarn that went with it. Here. Now, Patton's makes a royal blue that is like a very, very close to TARDIS blue. But none of my local stores carried it. And Craftsy had it on sale for like $3.50. So, I bought it, I ordered it. However, I bought it on Monday, and it is not here yet. So, I'll be waiting on that. However, the good thing is that my winter camp project for January is a hat. And hats go quickly. I can knit a hat in a couple of days. Especially a worsted weight hat in a couple of days. So, I will be casting that on as soon as the yarn gets here. Sorry, I have a bunch of notifications because my computer wants to restart and I do not want it to restart while I am recording because that would be bad. So, oh my goodness. And of course I do 3 things and all the stuff updates. Of course. Of course. Oh, I forgot someone. Oh, well, whatever. Sorry. Thank you to Teresa Pendergast for subscribing to me on YouTube because the email just popped up because she subscribed at 11:32 last night. Anyways, I was checking to see if I had a shipping notification from Craftsy, and I keep yawning, I'm sorry, because I went to bed way too late last night, and I got up way too early. And I do not believe so. Oh no, I do have it. Woohoo, it shipped. So I bought some other stuff too. So I bought another skein of the yarn going into this, because I wasn't sure if I was going to need it or not, just as backup. I probably won't need it, but, you know, it's sock yarn. I can always make socks out of it, right? And then I bought a skein of Mad Tosh, because it was Stephen Lowe's Tosh color. It was on sale, and I'm like, yes, please. And then the Patton's Classic Wool Worsted in Royal Blue, which is for the hat. So, let's see what the tracking says. Okay, it's left Kentucky and it's in Indiana. So hopefully it gets here soon. It's estimated to get here between the 4th and the 6th next week. So, I might have it by the time I record again. Because I will, in fact, be recording on the 6th next week. And by the way, my podiversary is January 7th. So, next week will be my podiversary. And I think 51 episodes in a year is pretty good. I've only missed one actual week. Or I would have been at 52. I've only missed one actual week, which stuff has been late. I've put up partial podcasts. I've put up, like over the summer when I was sick. I keep yawning, excuse me. Over the summer when I was sick, I put up like a 5-minute podcast. But anyways, the whole reason today's episode is going up on Thursday instead of Friday, instead of Wednesday, I'm tired, can you tell? Excuse me, is that, in fact, we got Winter Storm Goliath this week. Came in on Tuesday. In fact, I didn't go to my regular knitting group on Tuesday morning because even though I live a quarter of a mile from where we meet, the roads were too dangerous. Because it rained ice, then it snowed, then it rained more ice. And they hadn't really gotten out and sanded yet, so the roads were super slick. Now, by the time 2:30 in the afternoon rolled around and Kevin and I went to go see Star Wars, and by the way, I'll tell you about that in a minute, the roads were fine. Roads were totally fine. But at 9:30 that morning, roads were pretty bad, so we didn't have knitting this week. Let's see. Excuse me. And so yesterday morning, I got up, I answered some winter camp questions, and then I was going to go get ready to go to my mom's to shovel her out. And Kevin came with, which was very good because we were there for a couple of hours and we didn't finish because of all the ice. And, what happened was that we had to stop, so we're going back this morning, which is why I'm trying to record this before Kevin gets up so that we can go. What happened was that we had to stop and leave because we went to the Museum of Science yesterday in Boston. Now, the Museum of Science in Boston is almost 200 years old. It was established in 1830. So it is 185? Something like that. Yeah, 185 years old, right? They have these really cool Van de Graaff generators that are 30 feet tall. I mean, the sphere around is like wider than I can stretch. I mean, they're massive and they're super powerful. And from what I remember of their history, and I might be wrong, don't quote me on this, I believe they used to be at MIT. And the columns that the metal balls are actually sitting on that create the Van de Graaff generator, right, are actually made of wood. They're not even plastic because they didn't have plastic when they made these. Well, they had plastic. They didn't have plastic like we have plastic now when they made them. So they're actually sitting on wood, and there's two, and the balls are connected at the top. And that thing is powerful. I mean, we went and saw the lightning show. I have pictures that are going in the end. I have pictures. Yay. So we went to the Museum of Science. But we didn't go, and we did the regular exhibit halls. But we didn't necessarily go for the exhibit halls. We went because there was the Science of Pixar special exhibit. And let me pull up the description here of it. MOS.org. If you're curious about the Museum of Science, it's MOS.org. And they say, the science behind Pixar. Enjoy a unique, first-time look into the Pixar process and explore the science and technology behind some of the most beloved animated films and their characters with the world premiere of The Science Behind Pixar. This interactive exhibition showcases the science, technology, engineering, and math concepts STEM used by the artists and computer scientists who helped bring Pixar's award-winning films to the big screen. Created by the Museum of Science and Pixar with more than 40 interactive exhibit elements, the exhibition's 8 sections focus on steps in the filmmaking process to give you an unparalleled view of the production pipeline and concepts used at Pixar every day. Participate in fun, engaging, hands-on activities, listen to first-hand accounts from members of the studio's production team, and even come face-to-face with recreations of your favorite Pixar film characters, including Buzz Lightyear, Dory, Mike and Sully, Edna Mode, and WALL-E. And that is on exhibit through January 10th at the Museum of Science in Boston. So, and it's sponsored by Google, the Institute of Museum and Library Sciences, the National Science Foundation, Science Museum, Exhibit Collaborative, and Microsoft. It was actually a ton of fun. It's funny though. Pixar movies are so hit or miss for me. Don't like Toy Story, any of them. Don't like A Bug's Life. Didn't really like The Incredibles. Don't like Monsters, Inc. I can take or leave Finding Nemo. I haven't seen Inside Out yet. Kevin and I both want to see it. I adore Brave. And WALL-E is the cutest thing ever made. So, like, 2 out of how many movies did I just list? Pixar movies are so hit or miss, right? But this wasn't about the movies. They used the movies as examples. Like, when they made Toy Story, nobody had ever done a movie like that before. So they're talking about the technology they had to invent to create the movie. And I find that fascinating. Whether I like the movie or not, all the movies are good. I can say that. All the movies are good. Whether I like them or not, they're good. And so for me, even though I didn't necessarily enjoy a lot of the movies they were talking about, learning about the process was really interesting. And there was a book about the exhibit, and I wanted it, but I wasn't going to pay $75 for it. So instead, I got a couple of fridge magnets with Merida, and these are, I don't know what these are, but it's a cute little thing. It's got the Pixar logo in, yeah. And then I got matching pens that have Merida and the same design on them. And then I got a book about Pixar Touch, the making of company. And this is, the Pixar Touch is a lively chronicle of Pixar Animation Studios' history and evolution and the fraternity of geeks who shaped it. With the help of animating genius John Lasseter and visionary industrialist Steve Jobs, Pixar has become the gold standard of animated filmmaking, beginning with the special effects work made at Lucasfilm in the early 1980s, all the way up through the landmark films Toy Story, Finding Nemo, WALL-E, and others. David A. Price goes behind the scenes of the early hardscrabble years and the later corporate feuds between Lasseter and his former champion, Jeffrey Katzenberg, as well as between Jobs and Michael Eisner. And finally, Price explores Pixar's complex relationship with the Walt Disney Company as it transformed itself into the $7.4 billion jewel in the Disney craft. So, Laurie again. It was actually a really interesting exhibition, and I have pictures I'm going to put in at the end. So, I just know how to fix my focus now. And it's been updated, and of course, okay, I'm turning autofocus off. I'm totally turning autofocus off. There we go, much better. I'm now in focus, yay! So I have pictures I'm gonna put in at the end with the camera and off my phone. My alarm actually didn't go off this morning because the cord that charges my phone is really touchy, and it didn't charge my phone overnight, and my phone kind of died. So, good times. So I'm going to pull the pictures off of my phone and off of my camera, and they're going to go up, and that will be that. So, now to end the recording and go and finish digging my mom out, which should be good. We're having people over tonight, so I need to get this edited before 1 p.m., which means that we need to go shovel soon. But 8:03, Kevin's alarm has probably gone off by now because he set it for 8. Excuse me. And yeah, that's it for today's episode. Thank you for watching. Thank you to new viewers. Thank you to returning viewers. There is a VKN tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm calling it my cast-on Orama for winter camp. There are pictures after this before the credits. If you want to see some of the inside of the Pixar exhibit, I took a picture of me with a bigger than life-size WALL-E, courtesy of Kevin, and I have some other pictures too. I have a couple of the Van de Graaff generator. I'll put that in too. Yeah, so that's it. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you back next week for my Podiversary episode. So, thank you very much and have a good week. Bye! Bye.